That's excellent. I can just go back. I guess I don't really need gun anymore. Have I ever found a use for the chain cutters? Hang on, something's... Well, I can't get chat to display properly, so I'll only be able to see one message at a time. I guess type briefly. Now, should I sleep on the pile of theory that drove this guy to the Yeah, absolutely. Great idea.
The greasy old spring mattress lies in the corner.
The offer still stands.
The bed is quite inviting, all things considered.
Should I?
It's much warmer inside. You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed. The blanket feels cold. It's someone else's blanket, and the room is all concrete and cold. Sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Slowly, your eyelids close.
Sleep is merciful this time, brother. Not too deep. Lit by the continuous sound of the sea outside.
Probably the drive disconnection sounds.
And the shape of the insect. Its cyclical praying motion just going on and on. That thing looking at you. You. Two things standing in front of each other.
Now, if I've learned anything, it's that dialectics is when there's two of something.
No, relax, man. It's just the comfortable darkness. Interrupted by the pain from your body. A telegraph. Far away.
Far enough not to hurt for a while. And your mind healing too, weaving itself back into shape. You did it. You solved the case.
No, we didn't. The game just sort of shrugged its shoulders and gave us an answer that wasn't very satisfying.
Somehow you managed to dodge it all. The church, the window, and the bad book in the store. On the shelf. You made it. Across the Black Sea, unharmed. Nothing. Just threats that pass by, outside in the world. Ill omens from another life. Not this one. You ignored them. Good. The sleep is nourishing. Take more of it.
I don't remember the window. I don't remember just deliberately choosing not to bother with the church or the book.
You do so many times. Until dim light starts peeking into the hood you're under. The rough caracole, more and more each second. Time to face it again. The wall. And you.
truths or just not being rendered. Okay,
The
so
greasy
rendered.
old spring mattress
Hopefully.
lies in the corner.
Take that dream is we're not healed. But then, was healing ever what we were going to accomplish? It seems unlikely.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea.
What's the flutter?
The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away, 102, 105.
Reloading chat.
On the islet, there is almost no wind under the rain quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline, long dried leaves chafing against each other, the soft raindrops. The great ghost of the air is holding its breath.
To the west.
A silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree.
To the east.
The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand, the low tide filtered through its grains, a bird tending to its feathers. Raindrops fall on water, strangely quiet, forming circles in the distance.
Ahead.
A low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building.
Beyond that.
Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. A drop of rain falls on a black log of an extinguished campfire. A jitter. A sound impatient to happen, but not yet in this world. You hear some kind of limb fidget, producing an imperceptible tick. No, it's just your imagination. You can't hear such things.
Yes?
Still quiet.
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
Wait, I have to listen to one of those.
The lieutenant nods in silence. The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's return to the mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. Two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought in.
Says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Nelson's bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Forget about all this. There's a giant.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Just once.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Quemar. And this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
Oh. Huh? And me food.
Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us. We might need your help with something later.
Yeah, suddenly regained his confidence.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
Quite correct, Authority. First correct thing Authority has said this whole game. Kim is a good boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She says warmly, flashing the Lieutenant the tiniest of smiles. It's difficult when they're all saying Lieutenant as well.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
What's this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science.
Now, there are two problems with this character. The first is that did he like abduct that child earlier to keep them as like pets to trick me? What? That's fucked up. Did he just bring his actual child? That's also kind of weird. Was it just a weird coincidence that it was bring your kid to work day yesterday and the second problem is that he looks strikingly like one of my uncles used to. Maybe older now, of course, and I haven't seen him in a long time.
My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
Yeah, bye.
No, Trent. It's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
I drank a lot of alcohol and did a bunch of speed.
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
How do you know I
The
say that?
cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I saved his establishment and still he betrays me.
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
Oh, they hit and arrest me for doing an arson. Well, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, they lit it on fire.
I
Probably just-
knew it. Didn't I tell you, Trant? I told you it was our shit kid.
The line is from Lu Jiatun's Mirova 82, isn't it? About girl-child communism, the titular returning character to ghost the apparition of... Good choice, Harry.
Don't encourage him, Trant.
He's trying to get under my skin. He's trying to get into my head. Fuck him. Get out of here, Trump. Get out of here, Jean. Playing your good cop, bad cop bullshit. Oh, I guess it's actually good cop, bad cop, girl cop bullshit. You know how to improve a terrible idea? Add some sexism to it.
Okay.
So Trant Hiddleston turns out to be special consultant Trant.
Yes, I'm Trant Hiddleston. I never said I wasn't Trant Hiddleston.
Liquid has been imbibed. Wait, what was up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
Oh yeah, what's up with all the interesting history?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
You just... everything about you screams CIA, my dude.
Him being there with his son, it was not a coincidence. It's difficult to see, but he was worried about you. And also interested in the Feld building.
So were you special consulting?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on.
You mentioned a task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this unit?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trant fucking Hiddleston, and Guillaume Bevy.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Well, let me cut you right the fuck off there, Trant Hiddleston. Police are civilians. Continue.
Fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left, because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Trant, because I'm forcing him to stay.
Okay, so what does this unit do?
Do? It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We're shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
They're your posse, or what remains of it. Hand-picked, hand-lost.
The world's moved on.
The 41st isn't.
Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry.
He shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we are cramping your style. You're detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach
It
you a
wasn't
lesson?
like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
Why didn't you detect all the
Oh, you think it was cool? You saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss, so we fucked off. Like you told us to.
To his credit, he made the right choice. Oh, this is
The
really
bells aren't
nice.
ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic. As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
I need to cut off this guy's fingers so he will stop making air quotes.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically.
Wait, socioeconomically, you think I'm so poor I lost my...
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory... I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
Okay, but what does that mean?
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
I mean...
No, not like that. I'm not talking vrede for school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
I shouldn't have given up the communism thing. I could get experience points. I drank so much I lost my memory, and I'm now slowly recovering.
He is. He's getting better. And I can confirm that he drank a lot of alcohol prior to it happening.
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this one. What they don't do is forget their whole life because of drinking.
Yeah, but it's like a brain smelling. It's still...
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
The two cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the New World mural, those were recent.
Next world or new world?
Those cases were hard on you.
Well, wasn't the unsolvable case just there were some assholes and we couldn't figure out what to do with them? And the mural was just graffiti. And then there was like a vote on what to do with the graffiti, and I got to make up the answer, which was interesting from a like from the perspective of if you were someone who doesn't play games, that would be really interesting.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input.
I think we're doing satire of critical theory here.
Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ruin it.
Okay, Trant, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought him. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the potty? Or do we need to get him on the disability pension?
They can keep that pension. You're rock solid. You can put your clothes on hard.
It's true, I've been putting on clothes basically the whole game. It's probably my strongest skill at this point.
Now, nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No, now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to our motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk.
So refreshing. It just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property. That's coming out of everyone's payslip.
It's insured, probably.
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Wait, that?
The thing that tells people you're a police officer.
I was hoping to get more like, why do you want that? You're right.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
First red check I managed in a while.
Not today, badge.
Something basically useless. Thank you. Did I get the badge?
You got it all right. You're showing it to him, victorious. They're seeing the badge.
Behold, my
And
badge.
your gun?
My gun is right here.
Phew, he has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I'm not actually. See, there's no alcoholism. Yeah, I'm drunk. I'm also drunk. I've tried not to, but I can't work as
Well,
that way.
you let the suspect escape. Classier something. Because you were too drunk to assess our flight risk.
We've read the reports. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island.
Oh well. If she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something. Or the fact that you're Everard Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That small-time stuff, that's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 9 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot, not once, but twice. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
That was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you?
Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He brushes a stray strand of hair on his eye and coughs.
You spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job.
It's necessary, Kim, for lifting weights and landing buildings.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day.
That's important.
It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for a police officer, is a little odd.
Oh, the delivery there. God damn.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Amphetamine, mostly. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact.
Really? I feel like a great detective might have solved this case without, you know, all the additional.
He can talk human beings into telling him anything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped working on the case. He is tireless,
hang on.
madly driven.
What about when we went into that doomed commercial area and looked around at a bunch of bullshit and met the dice seller? Or that time I tried to persuade someone to give me paint so that I could, like, bring beauty to a building.
And he solved it, near perfectly. In 1 week we have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator. Locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect, 3 meters tall. It's on the island, camouflage as the reeds. It unfolded from them. I did not, unfortunately, get a photo, but I believe it may have been the Insulindian phasmid.
Bad cop just giving us the, are you serious?
I know this sounds fantastic, but I'm a 4 times decorated lieutenant of the RCM. I do not make up encounters with cryptids to spice up my day. I am very, very sane.
I feel you, Kim. I am very, very sane as well.
I don't doubt you, Lieutenant. If you say it was the Insulindian phasmid, then it was the Insulindian phasmid.
Giant communist. It's incredible. It was real.
Lieutenant, is it somehow connected to the case?
Detective?
Yes, I believe the pheromone emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
We could order a search. I could get people from EPIS on the island, entomologists, doctors. There must be signs of it in the reeds. If we found the Insulindian phasmid, well, that would be absolutely exceptional. The PR value alone.
Also, the fact it was,
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
It has items in its nest, a helmet and a scope.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates. Must be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
And it looks like hair. It's completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. It's a toughie that you don't have a photo. This would look very, very flashy in the papers. None of it says vigilante murderers to me at all. Great PR.
I tried to, but I only got a blur.
Ouch.
We can still work. Cop discovers new species in there. I know a good guy in La Majeste, but only after the École Supérieure people find it. This cannot be done by French people.
It needs to be white coats and glassware for this fly. We need professionals.
In the mist-colored distance, over the water, nothing moves. Not a trace of it. You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead, or no.
So presumably some of these, like the mystery of the doomed commercial area, and I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad, which I then mostly took. Which I then gave to Kuno. previous head of the Departures Union was assassinated by our killer.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinez, where Everard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything Union-related, for political neutrality.
There's also a dead man on the boardwalk.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in the boardwalk. Drunk.
How do you know I found
The
it?
body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I feel like I don't really have a strong motive for him. And I feel like these are terrible ideas. So what do you say? Want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is okay with me.
But he's been drinking, she thinks. This is exactly how he gets out of this every time. It's bad for him, but...
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Does the insect only show up because I've done so many incredibly shitty things over the course of the game? I need some ridiculous bullshit, you know, amazing feather to put in my cap that gets them to not, like, put me in the sea.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I have a few questions before I go. How old am I am?
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Why am I like
It's
this?
not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Some chick.
Dora something. Dora Ingelund? Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Not Dora Dubois.
So,
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. So have I. You bitterly dropped Dearest Dora and really tore me a new one. Twice a week, I think? It comes up.
The special consultant glances at his wristwatch.
okay, am I a dirty cop working for my Buddha man?
No,
Because the suspects seem to think...
you're too unstable to work for my boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
Wow. Savage.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
Yeah, you would.
He would immediately backpedal out of it.
I guess he does have that, like, Kingdom of Conscience vibe, doesn't he? He's even wearing the trousers.
I told you it's not that bad.
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
It does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
A collection of found sportswear there.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
Hey, I do that and I'm just not playing on the computer.
The raw, robust stamina output. Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy. God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
Why did I join the RCM then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Well written paragraph. I like that one. Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
I don't know about you, but I never saw any of our, like, PA teachers move. Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station. Haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station, and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torson, McLean.
Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
The Sea Wing. Yes.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clappunchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
He's anything but a loser. Although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
I speak to Price earlier. I'm just gonna...
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old-converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Kim, what would you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
He pulls up his collar and looks around, the cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper drifts by, carried by the wind.
Want to do that at Station 41? Good luck with your report.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
Yeah, sure.
He meant join us at Precinct 41. Transfer.
I think Kim knew that, John.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. And crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
I do like the sound of that.
Damn, I got an achievement for that. I didn't even try very hard. I'm ready.
Good.
She looks at you, then
Fuck it. Let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the noonday sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Torson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Maybe I should have taken off the silly frog visor. I hardly knew. Well, obviously I had a long break all of the last few streams. So I think it's certainly most of my problem. I feel very let down. It's still an amazing game. Absolutely. Alright, what was the answers? Let's see. So I'd say this game is plagued by problems where it's written like a book. Like, things are written like a book. You can send the benefits back literally is a platform about how to spin and getting on really difficult times. Time to wrap up. Didn't really expect that. But overall, the good writing is good writing for a medium that this wasn't, in my opinion. It's also very literary in the sense that it aimed less to be fun or whatever than so much as to be meaningful or deep. You know, it leaves all these threads untidied. leaves you just feeling sort of like, okay. Most of its stories, really. And that is granted very autistic. But also I don't know if I can sustain such a large story. It's like, aha, the payoff is that there's no payoff. And Disco Elysium, like so many months before you, I must break it to you that it is still shitposting, even if you are being led. qualities. Well, that's it, I guess. End of the line. I don't have any further thoughts on the matter. Thank you for watching, everyone, and until I find another one to play, good luck and have fun.